talking to actors and musicians on this edition of Nyberg. Yes. Chloe Lang from Brantford, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Michael T. Lombardi from Newington.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to start with the youngest. Chloe, you're 14 years old.
Yes.
You're the triple threat. You sing, you dance, you act. When did that start in your lifetime?
I have been dancing since I was around 2. My sister did it before me, so I kind of just went right into it like that, and I just knew I loved the entertainment. I was very outgoing. I just loved performing for people, in front of people. So then eventually around 7 years old, I was like, why don't I try singing? And so I started singing with a local singing teacher, and I got into that. And one day my friend called me up and said, hey, there's this TV show, do you want to be an extra with me? And I said, yeah, sure, I've never done anything, but I'll try it. And I just loved it, and I was like, I don't want to be an extra, I want to be like the main character. And that's when I knew.
Katharine Hepburn always said that. She said, never take second fiddle, get the starring role. So good for you.
Yeah, so that's when I knew, like, I have to do this. So I started taking lessons in dance, singing, and acting.
All right, enter Michael.
Yes.
How did the two of you meet? And I'm assuming you were a child actor too at some point.
I wasn't a child actor. I was an actor in my 20s, and that's when I started.
Child enough.
Child enough. I went to Los Angeles in the 90s and spent a few years living and working in the field out there. How Chloe and I met was I did a casting call for my new show, The Misadventures of Brooke and Carly. And her mom submitted her, and it was in February, I believe. And actually, interestingly enough, I had already cast it. And the script was already written, but when I took a look at Chloe's background and the fact that she was another local performer, I couldn't say no. How could I say no? So I actually rewrote the script and I put a part in there for her, and she did wonderfully. So we're very happy to have her.
And now you co-star in this, and it's The Misadventures of Brooke and Carly.
Yes.
This is not your first show. You've done a bunch of shows, Michael.
I've done a bunch of shows. This is actually a spin-off of an existing show called Welcome to Grandpaville, which is a half-an-hour situation comedy similar to what you'd see on Disney or Nick. These are 3 characters. My character of Kincaid and the characters of Brooke and Carly are existing characters on Grandpaville. We're phasing that show out now, and I just decided I want to spin it off and continue it in a very different way. So these 3 characters, we take them out of Grandpaville, which is kind of, you know, your town, USA, and we transport them to New York City, where my character becomes the headmaster of a private boarding school called Westmore Prep. These 2 girls then get transferred there to make my life miserable because they're just 2 kooky girls. And Chloe plays a character named Jasmine, who's one of the new characters on the show.
Okay, let's roll that show and show folks what it looks like.
Sounds good.
Mrs. Carmichael, I cannot seem to locate the new student files in the database. Mrs. Carmichael, are you receiving me? I'm in a bit of a pickle here.
Your call is very important to us. Please leave a message.
Bloody technology.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up.
Mrs. Carmichael!
Rudy Giuliani! Don't sneak up on me like that!
I've been calling you repeatedly.
Oops. Didn't hear you.
Clearly.
May I remind you, Mr. Kincaid, that today is Saturday.
It sounds and looks very funny.
Thank you.
You have a British accent.
Yes.
You write this, you produce this, you direct it. We haven't seen you in it, but we're focusing on him.
Yeah.
These are only seen online.
Yes, I don't want to call it a web series anymore. That term has gotten to be kind of negative because everybody's got a movie camera in their pocket with their iPhone, and so people are out there shooting all kinds of stuff, putting it up online, calling it a web series. It's a television show for the web. You can find it on YouTube, Vimeo. We post it on our Facebook page, and we have websites for both shows, of course, so you can find it there too.
Do you get sponsors these days?
Yeah.
How do you pay for this?
Well, you know, we actually do it on a micro budget, so we do get some sponsors. We get some local folks to contribute. For example, the Welcome to Grandpaville episode that we just shot was filmed at Nomads in South Windsor. They sponsored us, so we shot on location there. They didn't charge us. We interrupted their business for 4 days. and they were just wonderfully nice to us. We filmed all of the school scenes at Central Connecticut State University for Brooke and Carly. That's my alma mater. The marketing director, marketing assistant director, Mark McLaughlin, allowed me to use his office for my office, my character's office. We used a brand new dorm on campus for all of the dorm scenes. And then we took the cast and crew to New York City.
So you're using
shoot.
Connecticut as your landscape.
Yeah.
That is terrific.
There's
and
a lot
brilliant.
here.
And cost effective
Very
as
much
well.
so, yeah.
Getting back to you now, Chloe. Singing, did it come easily for you?
I would think so. I knew I was definitely into it, so that kind of made me more, you know, I had done other stuff previously, so I also had a really good coach, and I think my voice just kind of came naturally to me, but definitely with the right training, it's grown a lot.
Now you've got a song coming out, Party Down the Road, which you directed the video
I directed the
for
music
this?
video for this, but this was a song that is an original song that was written for Chloe.
Who wrote it?
Jim Camacho, he's a songwriter and producer out of Miami.
All right, so we're getting big time now. Let's take a look at this music video.
Skittles dance on the dashboard to the music playing loud. We're taking on the world and we ain't backing down. People say that we're crazy and they push us around, but like a 56 Camaro, we're strong and we're proud. We always live out loud. There's a party down the road. Lose your trouble, we can go.
Chloe, what sound are you going for here? Who's a favorite that's a singer?
That's a tough one. I definitely listen to a variety of music, but I'm definitely going towards like the Selena Gomez pop type music, you know.
What's it like to shoot a video? Did it make you crazy because you had to do takes over and over again?
Kind of, but I think that's also the fun of it. Kind of just being there all day, doing what I like, and when you're with fun people, it makes it fun.
Thank
so.
you. And if you mess up, you can just do it again.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Which is the
There's
beauty
no
of it.
pressure.
Now, Michael, this is different from doing a series on television. This is a whole different deal. How do you get your head wrapped around music videos and series?
That's a good question. Honestly, this is the first music video I've directed. It helped a lot that the song was obviously already written and I had a chance to listen to it. We had a chance to kind of collaborate. I talked to Chloe about some ideas that she wanted to incorporate into the video. We came up with an idea. Music videos tell stories. So our video here, you'll see Chloe with a couple of these three guys that are chasing her around the city. And these are our characters who are nerds in the actual episode. So we incorporated some of those characters into her video. And then the idea was we followed the lyrics. You know, some of the lyrics talk about Skittles dance on the dashboard. We incorporated that. Chloe's character in our show is a tomboy, fix-it. She races carts. So she's a real whip. And so that part of it was incorporated into the beginning of the video as well.
What's the end game for your shows? What's the end game for your career as a singer? Do you know? At 14, do you know?
Yeah, that's a tough question. As of right now, I see myself performing in front of a live audience, so maybe a tour, something like that. I love to travel, so that's definitely a huge bonus. And honestly, it's hard to say where I want to go right now, but as of right now, I see myself there.
So you have agents, Innovative New York, Innovative LA.
Yes.
Is the phone ringing off the hook yet, or you hope it's going to?
A little bit of both. I think I'm definitely busy, but there could be more, especially with the auditions. You know, they're in New York City, so they can be hard to get to from Connecticut, but it's really worth it, and yeah.
The idea is exposure.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's about putting yourself out there. That's the name of the game.
The more people you know, it's all about connections.
So you don't know if it's going to be TV or film or Broadway, or do you care?
I definitely want to do TV and film. That's, you know, I've auditioned for Broadway when I was younger, but I see myself more in the camera aspect of it.
How about school? How are you fitting school in around all this?
School just started yesterday, so it's kind of crazy, but I go to public school at Brantford, and they're pretty lenient about me missing as long as I make up my work and, you know, keep my grades up. And I do. I have good grades. I'm on the high honors roll. And, you know, it's just when I'm not auditioning, I'm just at public school doing my homework. I'm a part of the dance team there. We're regional and state champs, so we practice a lot. But it's kind of hard to balance it all, but it's definitely worth it.
Well, I've seen you dance and you are really, really good.
Thank you.
What advice are you giving her? Because you're a little older than 14.
Yeah, a little bit.
And so things have changed so much.
They have.
In the music industry,
Yeah.
in film, in television, we're online now. What's the best advice for somebody Chloe's age?
You know what? I don't really think I've given Chloe any specific advice, only because I look at her and I see all the things she just described to you. I don't know how you juggle everything. I don't know how any of these kids do it. I think it's amazing. I would just say, follow your dream. That's what I've been doing. You know, I'm a starving artist still, but I love what I do, and I love to entertain people. And kind of something that's come out of this show and the previous show, Welcome to Grampaville, is that I've had a chance to work with so many great kids, so many talented adults. We have a huge talented base to draw from right here in Connecticut.
In this state.
There's a lot of people here that
are
are amazing to work with. So for me, it's I get a great deal of joy out of watching Chloe do her thing and out of all these kids do their thing. And as long as they stay grounded, as long as they keep their head right and they don't get egotistical and they recognize that what they're doing and the abilities they have are a gift and that we're really here to share, I think we're here to share our gift, it's all good.
So you're a mentor, but you're also an
Yeah.
actor, a writer, a director, a producer. Which do you prefer?
Well, I'm an actor first before I'm anything else. I kind of do all the rest of it just because I got tired of auditioning for other people's things and maybe getting a little part here and there. So me and some of my actor friends said, let's do our own thing. So I started writing scripts and directing and producing. I still have a lot to learn. I'm still growing as a performer and as an artist. I don't think you ever stop, but I love it. I love all aspects of it. And I love writing a script, watching it get cast and putting faces to the characters that I create, and then filming it's another stage, and then editing where it all comes together. I just love it. It's such a fun process and I'm very proud of the work. I'm proud of Chloe. I'm proud of everybody who's really worked very, very hard.
Well, the shows are really cute.
Thank you.
Michael T. Lombardi, Chloe Lang, thank you so much. And
Thank
we're
you,
going to
Adam.
go out on your new song, Party Down the Road.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks.
Skittles dance on the dashboard to the music playing loud. We're taking on the world and we ain't backing down. People say that we're crazy and they push us around, but like a 56 Camaro, we're strong and we're proud. We always live out loud. There's a party down the road. Lose your trouble, we can go. Come on, won't you come? Baby, let's go. There's a party down the road. There's a party down the road. Like a roller coaster clicking as it makes its steepest climb. We're revving up and ready. We're young and we're alive. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z dominating the town. When I get into the zone, there ain't no keeping me down. Turn it up, we're dancing to the sound. It's time to let yourself go. Lose your trouble, take it slow. Come on, won't you come? Baby, let's go. There's a party down the road. Life is for living, it's your own reality show. Come on, won't you come? Baby, let's go. There's a party down the road. There's a party down the road. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Leave the past back in the past and put on your best clothes. Hopping back, 'cause baby now you know. There's a party down the road. Lose your trouble, we can go. Come on, won't you come? Baby, let's go. There's a party down the road. Life is for living, it's your own reality show. Come on, won't you come? Baby, let's go. There's a party down the road. There's a party down the road. There's a party down the road. There's a party down the road.
and listen. Who is this girl? Spend all night kissing, and if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm not so wishing I find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things keep locked in the grocery store of my mind. Just to save time, I'll skip right ahead to the last ride. The harder we look, the less